Hey, what's up, guys? It's Flux. I've had a lot of people asking about the new expansion packs for Machine, the Vintage Heat and Transistor Punch. So I thought I would just kind of randomly go through a few kits and what they kind of hold inside those expansion packs and what might be useful for you. Couple of things to note: Transistor comes with the Transistor multi effects. Which I don't think a lot of people were really fully aware of. And what you can do with that is, just like in Machine, how it has factory multi effects kits, you can throw this in there and you can affect your sounds or your groups or whatever else with it. So that's a really interesting thing that you're not going to get from any other type of sound kit that you buy. I will say that with the vintage Heat, I tend to really like the drums and everything in that for more sampled style music. It has a little bit more hiss and very punchy drums, but slightly rounder sound. The Transistor Punch stuff tends to have more of the modern, almost club type drums that you would want to use. You can use them for pretty much anything, but the dirty kits in that pack are really interesting. So I'm just gonna run through a few different things, and I'll show you what my thoughts are, and you can kind of make up your own opinion from there. And then at the end, I'll just kind of randomly run through some more kits, just so you get an idea of what's in the pack, so you can better decide if it's something that you want. This is from Transistor, and so is this one. Vintage Heat. Vintage Heat. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is actually one of the Transistor multi effects kits. I'm actually going to move that all the way to the bottom here. On G here, there's also instruments that come in these packs. So this first 8 pads are going to be from Transistor, and the top ones are going to be from Vintage. So again, the top 8 were from Transistor, and the bottom 8 were from Vintage Heat. Lots of different analog style synths and basses. It's mostly basses and leads in these kits. There are some pads, but it's mostly basses and leads. So let me just show you something interesting with this. Here is off a Transistor Punch. I have a little drum pattern here. So now I'll send it through some of the multi-effects. Now, I was loading all those without any patterns on them. One of the interesting things about these is that you can actually load up patterns or play your own multi-effects patterns, and I'll show you how that works now, too. So you kind of get the idea. Different patterns and chain them in different ways. You know that my CPU got nailed in the red there when I was messing around. That's because a lot of these groups have a lot of different effects on them. The sounds each have effects on them. So if you just randomly load up a whole bunch of those groups, yeah, it's gonna tax your CPU. I mean, granted, right now I'm also running like 4 or 5 other programs in the background behind Maschine right now. But I'm on a 2008 MacBook Pro 2.4 gigahertz. So um, it's not the weakest computer in the world, and it's not the most powerful computer in the world. But you will see that the CPU hit is there when you're using multiple kits from there. And of course, you can get rid of some of the effects and do whatever you want with each kit. That's kind of the nice freedom of these packs. One thing I will say is that you'll notice some odd effects layouts. Like I'm seeing blank groups or blank slots for certain effects, and it's just kind of odd. Um, for some, like for instance, a limiter in the very middle, but nothing on either side. Um, maybe I'm just neurotic, but that to me just felt kind of weird. Um, Other than that, I'd say the packs are really great. They're not $200, you know, libraries, but for $59, I'd say that they're worth it. You get a lot of great sounds already tagged up, a lot of patterns as well. Each one of these drum kits comes with a bunch of patterns. So when you load it up, for instance, I'll go ahead and load a new kit. Let's load something from Vintage Heat Urban Kit here. Good to go. And just to give you an idea of how some of these patterns sound, you can see that they definitely did put a lot of work into wanting the sound sets to kind of have a nice vibe to them. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I should probably give it an output, huh?